So Jeff, I mean, a lot of the same issues come up at this conference year after year because there are some very perennial problems that the pensions industry faces. What this year has been the biggest issue?
The biggest thing this year has been the pooling agenda ever since it was announced in the summer budget about the government working together with local government to create pools. We started off on that process. We thought we were going to work against criteria that the government were going to give us, but it was going to be entirely left to us as to how we do that. The Chancellor stands up at the Tory Party conference and makes a few comments in the context of infrastructure, and suddenly everything gets foggy again in terms of why are we doing this? Are we doing this to save costs? Are we doing this to provide a better way for the local government to use its strength and its size? Or are we doing this for national infrastructure? Suddenly the agenda seemed to change and the conversation seemed to change, and we just need to get through that again so that we understand where the government's trying to go with us, and we manage to do that in a way that is beneficial to the scheme and our members.
You're sailing in a ship and you're buffeted by political waves year after year, but the seas are stormy anyway, aren't they? I mean, because deficits remains an issue, and it's one could just talk about.
Deficits in terms of, it's not just the fact of what size of the deficit. Is it 48 billion? Is it 27 billion? How do we measure it? It's those deficit contributions that our employers are having to pay. And you put that alongside austerity when local authorities have been cut by 40%. We've got financial settlement coming out next month, probably same again. Are we getting to the point where some of those local authorities are saying, is it right that I'm paying so much into a pension while I'm having to cut adult social care and close libraries? Where's that conversation actually going? Is this about a political question that is now higher up the agenda than it used to be? Are pensions affordable in the long term in their current situation?
Is there any ground for optimism on the future local government pensions?
I think there is. I think the scheme as it's now designed, if we can get to a situation where that deficit issue has been dealt with, I get directors of finance talking to me and saying, why does the LGPIF on average cost 29% when the teachers scheme is only 16? If LGPS was only talking about a future service rate, it would only be 13. And that would be a very different question back to those financial.
If you could clear the legacy problems.
Legacy problem. Can you afford 13 is a very different question from can you afford 25, 26, 28.
Okay, thanks.